Okay, so step one is assignment of weights while computing the weighted average cost of capital. So as we know, there are two types of weights, marginal weights and historical weights, which can be used. So depending on the information given, okay, so you have to choose either marginal weights or historical weights while computing weighted average cost of capital, or simply cost of capital, or overall cost of capital. All three are same. Yeah, so I think we have learned about what are marginal weights, the merit and demerit in the previous class. Those who do not remember, you can please play back the recorded video class which is shared in Google Classroom. Okay. So I think we were here. Historical weights also I think we have discussed. Okay, I remember. So merit of historical weights. Okay, and demerits of historical weights. Yeah. So here I think from here we are supposed to continue. In historical weights there are two types. One is market value weights and the other is book value weights. Okay, so Purna and Keshav, are you there in the class? Both the CRs. Yeah, others can speak if they are absent. Okay, Pooja Ballari, can you see Purna and Keshav in the class?
Keshav is there, sir.
Okay, anyway, so can you recall whether this types of historical weights were discussed in the previous class or not? Market value weights, did we discuss them or no?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. So there are two types of historical weights. The one is market value weights and the other is book value weights. Okay, so historical weights. Okay, so I hope you can recall. Okay, historical weights are the proportion of various sources of funds to the existing capital structure that were used, okay, that are used to assign weights. Okay, so the basis of weighing system is the funds already employed by the firm. So in the past, if a company has raised capital, okay, in what proportion the company has raised capital from different sources? I gave an example, if you can recall. 40% from equity, 30% from preference, okay, another 30% from uh, sorry, another 20% from debt capital, okay, and so on. So they are called historical weights. There are two types of historical weights. The first one is market value weights. Market value weights use market values to measure the proportion of each type of capital to calculate weighted average cost of capital. Okay, so dear students, please try to understand market value here means these securities, equity, debentures, okay, preference shares, equity shares are traded in the secondary market. So these securities are purchased and sold in the secondary market. Okay, so at what price? Okay, so the equity share is being sold today, or at what price the debentures of a company are being sold today is called as market value, okay, of a particular security. So if you log on to Bombay Stock Exchange, okay, you will find the equity share price of each company. Okay, that is nothing but market value. I hope the meaning of market value is clear. Market price of the equity share or market price of the preference share. If you want to buy, okay, the price will be there. You have to pay that much price to purchase one equity share of a particular company. So that is the market value. So what are the merits of using market value weights, or what is the merits of assigning market value weights in computation of weighted average cost of capital? Market value of securities closely approximate the actual amount to be received from their scale. Okay, and the cost specific sources of finance are calculated using prevailing market prices, hence more realistic. Okay, more realistic. So these are the advantages. Then it had a couple of demerits. Okay, when you use market value weights to assign weights, calculating market value of securities may present difficulties, particularly in market values of retained earnings. See, retained earnings, reserves and surpluses of a company are not traded in the secondary market. So how are you going to calculate the market value of retained earnings? So this is one of the demerit. Then second, weights based on market values are likely to fluctuate widely. Okay, any of you, if you have browsed through Bombay Stock Exchange and waited there at least for about 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Okay, what do you see there? What happens to the share prices and also the BSE Sensex? Does they remain same or they keep fluctuating or keep changing? Anybody who has visited BSE website? Yeah, anybody? Keshav, have you visited Bombay Stock Exchange website?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, everyone is asking permission to unmute their mic, sir.
Oh, it is from my end. Okay, 1 minute. No, it is already ask all to unmute, mute participants upon entry, allow participants. Now I have said allow participants to unmute themselves.
Yes, sir.
So anybody who has visited, one student can speak, Bombay Stock Exchange. Whether the BSE, Sensex or
Fluctuating, sir.
it keeps fluctuating every second. If you see, the prices keep changing. So it becomes difficult to calculate that market value if you want to use market value weights. Weights based on market values are likely to fluctuate widely. So it becomes difficult to compute the weighted average cost of capital. But though, in spite of these all odds or disadvantages, for theoretical purpose, okay, so these weights are assigned and we learn how to compute weighted average cost of capital using different types of weights. Okay, the next is book value weights. Book value weights use accounting values or book values to measure the proportion of each type of capital to calculate the weighted average cost of capital. Okay. So we are learning about historical weights. Okay. So the book value weights are, okay, if you open the books of accounts and if you see in the previous last time when the company raised capital, in what proportions they raised capital from different sources. So it will be there. If the company has raised, let us say 1000 crore rupees, out of 1000 crore rupees, let us say 500 crore rupees issue of equity shares, 300 crore rupees through issue of debentures, for example, and another 20 crore, 200 crore by way of issue of preference shares. So the proportion of okay, these weights, okay, that is equity is 50% or 0.5, then debt or debentures is 30% or 0.3, and weightage of or proportion of preference is 20% or 0.2. Okay, so these are the weights. This is how we assign. The merits of considering book value weights are book values are readily available from the published records of the firm or from the books of accounts. And company already knows in what proportion previously they raised capital from different sources of finance. Firms set their capital structure targets in terms of book values. So this is the practice followed. The analysis of capital structure in terms of a debt equity ratio is based on book value. See, a company is required to raise capital and maintain certain debt equity proportion. If the proportion of or if the percentage of debt capital in the overall capital increases, it presents threat or risk for the company, and companies securities become less attractive to the investors. Investors do not want to invest in a company whose debt proportion is higher than equity proportion. So please remember. So the analysis of capital structure in terms of debt equity ratio is based on book values. So these are the reasons why we use book value weights. Okay. Yeah, so I think we have come to the end of theory part, how to compute weighted average cost of capital. Step 2, how to combine the specific cost and compute overall cost of